Welcome back to another Formula 2 driver career mode for FM24 with FMF124. Oh God, whoopsie. With me, Herb Herbert, as the driver here, as we are at Spa high speed circuit, as I've just found out all about. Do you have the balls to keep your pedal to the floor all the way through corners? We just finished practice on a mildly overcast day, and sixth fastest. Not bad. Not bad overall. Gap in front still 0.8, well, 8 tenths of a second from for sure. There were some fast cars out there, but I think we have this track in many ridiculous tight turns, followed by incredible long straights. So overtaking is going to be great. Opportunity for dive bombing, not great. So I think it's going to come down to a nice, strong qualifying, which is, as we all know, not my forte on the one shot. As we look at the driver standing, or the championship for Formula 2 here, we are still 1 point behind Vesti, looking to hunt down to get into that top 5. So we're looking to outplace Vesti, Iwasa, Martins, Porcher, or Daravula. Obviously, those top 3 are away from us at the moment, but the closer we can get to them, the better chance we have of a good F1 seat next year. After that practice session, 71 rated still, but halfway towards 72. Getting there slowly. Okay, sunny for the race and quali. One shot. One shot. Good. But I cannot wait until, hopefully, we get F1 and we can drop this one-shot qualify malarkey. I hate it. So much pressure for one lap. But let's see where we can get to. 6th fastest in practice. Can we improve for the race? Okay, softs and mediums, which make me think it'll be a softer medium in the race tomorrow. We're going to go for the softs, obviously, now. Dry track. Nice. 27 degrees, not bad. Weather's still going to stay nice. Right, let's do it. One shot, one chance. And over the line. Did we stay? Come on! Second pole position, Spa. Super fast straight lines. We were not the fastest in any of the speed traps. Come on.
It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the feature race gets itself underway.
Look at that. Fastest round the track. That was tight all the way around. Porcher second, Daravala third, Martins fourth, Behrman in fifth. Behrman qualifies well all the time. Has been plagued with car issues from Prima all year. Keeps dropping out of races. Iwasa in 6th, Hauger 7th. So we are above Vesti, above Iwasa, above everyone, obviously, here. But can we hold it? We've got 2 points now, which will put us above Vesti going into the race. We're already into 4th. Can we carry it through and start to chunk away some of these differences here? We already moved up. There we go. 5th. Oh, we were 6th. Oh, God. I'm in the top 5. It feels good to move up, but also bad. 6 points to take 4th. We need to beat Iwasa by a few places here to take 4th after today's race. And then we are just hunting down those top 3. Will be difficult to do, we know that, but not impossible. Okay, 9 laps this I've just seen. I don't think it was it didn't feel particularly long track because of how fast it is, but that's good. 9 laps to maintain concentration in the sun, in Spa. Not too many corners. It's all going to be straight line. And being at the front is going to be those big, long straights with DRS and tails behind, where the people can take you on those fast straights, and you can then struggle to catch them back without waiting. So we will see how the race goes. A strong start needed, and then just watch our back.
Located in the Ardennes countryside, Spa has been hosting races for almost a century, and it's revered by drivers and fans alike. So it's a joy to be here today as we prepare for the next thrilling instalment of the Formula 2 race calendar. So here we are again, a whopping 3.5 miles of track here at Spa, featuring long straights, some seriously fast corners, and some massive elevation changes. This is a track that routinely delivers high-quality racing, and we'll be hoping to see just that from our young F2 drivers today. As we're now moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race. Herbert lines up on pole position, with Théo Pourchaire starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have De Ruyveler, Martins, Ollie Behrman, Iwasa, Hauger, Leclerc, Fittipaldi, Richard Verschoor, Vesti, Miney, Clement Novalak, Isaac Hadjar, Doohan, Cordial, Correa, Brad Benavides, Maloney, Nissani, Stanek, and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Hello one, hello all, and welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, he is Alex Brundle, and we have changeable conditions today, Alex. How does that uncertainty affect the strategy?
There are going to be some quivering hands on the tyre guns, aren't there, when they tighten up what could easily be the wrong specification of tyre completely for the conditions. It's a gamble out there.
Any reassuring words? No reassuring words. Brilliant. Well, let's look at the strategy then. Yeah, that's what I thought. One stopper in the sun. Lap 4, we're coming in off the softs onto the mediums to see out the rest of the race. We've got 4 laps, and hopefully we're not going to get undercut on the pit stop, which I know some of those drivers, I'm looking at you, Dover, is going to try and attempt. So let's see how we can get on here. Start strong, hit that first corner, and away we go. Here we are in Belgium at Spa for this F2 championship race. And it's lights out. And away we go, Herbert. From the pole position, his first pole position as Pourchaire pulls alongside a much better start from Pourchaire. Herbert giving nothing away as he dives in front of Daravala and Pourchaire to hold on to his first position here in Spa. And Herbert is away. Just what a difference a race makes. Last time starting last on the grid to Spa now, starting in first. A wonderful one-shot qualifying from the young driver as he looks to pull away straight away. 0.4 of a second from Daravala here in lap 1 of Spa. Pourchaire, Daravala behind, Iwasa, Martins after his DNF last time round. All competition rivals for Herbert as he looks to gain places in this F2 championship season, trying to get some of the attention of some of these F1 teams to get his best seat for next year. Spa, a high-speed circuit. Lots of fast corners. Lots of late braking required and nerve to keep your foot in. And we know Herbert is full of confidence here as he leads that pack. Daravala keeping himself close though, going wide there. Gonna watch that as Daruvala makes his move straight away. One mistake. It was all it took for Daruvala to make his way round the outside of Herbert, round wide into the corner as Herbert now is right back into second, but with DRS himself. Can he make a move early again as he's looking already to pop round the outside? Daruvala moves to the outside to block as Herbert takes the inside track, forces himself and Daruvala wide and takes the lead again. Nice bit of racing from these two young drivers. It pushes Daruvala back to third as we get this last corner here. Wide take from Herbert there as Pourchaire sneaks back into second. First, second and third in the first lap have interchanged here multiple times. Let's hope this is a exciting 9-lap race here in Spa. Look at this lovely shot as they come down the elevation here in Spa. Something that's difficult to sometimes see from the camera angles as you are taking a lot of blind straights and corners and chicanes, high speed. Just hoping on the other side it's not a slippery patch. We can see Pourchaire here using the DRS on that straight to catch up to Herb as he hits the chicane. No move made yet from Pourchaire, but those DRS straights, those long, fast straights are going to be a problem as Herb looks to hold on to this lead for the rest of the race. A very different position for him, starting at the front and defending the whole race, opposed to being at the back and attacking the rest of the pack. Runs wide again into the same corner that Daruvala used to punish him in the first lap. In lap 2, no such punishment. 0.4 of a second built up on Pourchaire in this middle section, but we know that's all going to get eaten up as soon as the DRS zones are hit. Here we go. Nice support. 0.6 now. Herbert looking to stretch out as far as possible to build up, ideally to stretch out to at least that 1 second gap to remove DRS from the picture as he carries a lot of speed through this section. Into that last again, going wide as Pourchaire comes up the inside. I don't believe there was contact there. But all that time lost, that last corner, that last tight chicane, causing Herbert a lot of problems here early in this race. Back to 0.7 here. Can he pull away? Can he get the DRS gap broken from the trailing pack? Build himself a bit of breathing room. Let's look at this shot here, up and around the corner. Full speed, foot down the whole way through this section to ensure you don't lose anything before the DRS section is hit. As you can see, the wings will go open. It's Pourchaire and Daruvala fighting in the second and third. Gaining, look at the speed, gaining the lock up there from Pourchaire on a late break. But Herbert stays in front, losing 2 or 3 of a second in those DRS straights, but making it up in the middle section as he tries again to take that 0.4 up to a second. Nice shot round into the high-speed corner, so you can see the rest of them. This is where he's been running wide, keeps it nice and tidy on this lap as Herbert doesn't gain any speed through there. Maybe better loose is what is required to carry the speed. Only half a second to Pourchaire as he comes into this tighter section. We get a good springboard out before that last corner, before the corner that's causing him all of the problems. A lot of speed taken through there. 0.8 Herbert ahead of Pourchaire here. Put himself more than enough gap for any mistakes. And there we have it. Can he hold it into lap 3 as we come in towards the end? This last tight chicane, a second. The gap much tidier from Herbert there as he only lose a few tenths of a second to the trailing pack. But we did see, for a few corners at least, the 1 second gap broken between first and second place. This is Herbert's race to lose now. Here we come down the far straight. We know the DRS is going to have an impact. He didn't quite break it this time round. Pourchaire making the move. He's going to make the dive. He does not. Nope, he looks, but doesn't go. Herbert stays in front. 0.2 of a second, the gap down to at the apex of that corner there. He is struggling to leave this pack behind here in Spa as we are halfway through the 4th lap and therefore halfway through this 9-lap race in Spa. Hajai's teammate down in 13th place as Herbert proving to be the good rookie signing, the new driver being the #1 driver here for High Tech GP, as Herb is out in front here, leading from a great one-shot qualifying. Runs a little wide there. Great one-shot qualifying lap to give him the pole position. Fought off Pourchaire and Daravala in the first lap of this race and is now running away with the lead. As we can see, the onboard here, the full speed, you can hear there is absolutely zero lifting of the throttle for this entire section in these F2 cars, slightly slower than the F1 cars. And I wonder if we'll keep the onboard for this chicane, which has been an issue. Oh, he's coming in for the pit now. Coming in for the pit. That was slight worry there. I thought he'd taken that so wide. Who's come in? Pourchaire's come in with Herbert, Daravala, Martins, Behrman stay out. So Pourchaire, Iwasa, all coming in. Herbert should be first in, first out if the pits stops. Good. No damage to any front wings for the first time in a long while as those mediums go on. And the second half of the race is underway. He's not been released. That's a slow stop to be released on. That looks like Pourchaire's been released in front. Pourchaire has been released in front. And worse than that, Iwasa has been released in front of Herbert. He's lost 2 places to a slow release from the pit crew again. As we are out in these cars. And Herbert, I am assuming, would have preferred to have been out in front to make sure that he gains the maximum amount from this lap, this chasing lap on fresh tyres, getting up to speed to ensure that they don't get overcut by the cars that are coming in the second half of the pack here. So Pourchaire leads, Iwasa in second, in second, and Herbert third. As Herbert goes wide, he's going to look, he's forced, he looked, went inside, and then Ford forced Iwasa out. The 2 liveries of the 2 cars, very, very similar, the Red Bull Academy teams here. As Herbert, look at him, wiggling all over the back of Pourchaire, just letting him know, I want my place back, sir, and I will be taking it at first opportunity as they come into this fast section. Herbert again looking down the inside, just needs to be patient. We know that when he makes moves too soon, too rashly, that front wing pays the price. He is 0.2 of a second behind. 15 seconds is the gap from Pourchaire to Bourchon. Is that going to be enough when we come round for the pit stop to understand? Can we see it? Can we see it? As he goes wide, steps inside. Whoa! Yeah, Herbert really pushing these tyres, needs to get them warm as he touches a little bit of gravel into this high-speed section. Looks down inside at the Belgian Grand Prix here. Look at this overhead shot. Herbert just on the wing, letting Pourchaire know that he is there as he goes for the outside, gets fourth, defends. Pourchaire defends, but Herbert takes it right round the outside, off track limits. But was he forced off there? Will the FIA have anything to say about that as an overtake? Did he leave the track to gain advantage? We go into that last corner and we are joining up with the rest of the pack. Herbert in first, Pourchaire in second. Will Daravala and Martins be out in front of this pack here? Was the undercut successful? It doesn't look like it was as Herbert is coming round and out. Will we see the rest of the pack joining? There they are. Daravala out in first, but Herbert immediately side by side surely has the speed. Forces himself in front onto the racing line as we have Herbert in first, Daravala second, Pourchaire third, Iwasa, Martins, Vesti, Behrman, Hauger, Fittipaldi and Verschoor making up your top 10 as the pack rejoin lap 6 here in Spa. Pourchaire again, Pourchaire going for the double, Pourchaire goes for the double, round the outside, takes the slipstream, oh my, and he leaves the door open for Herbert to get back inside. What a move from Pourchaire there. Round the outside, uses the slipstream. Iwasa followed as well. Iwasa was up to second there for a second, I think. Daravala losing out down to fourth as we see Pourchaire make a double overtake, but then leave the door open for Herbert to come back on the next corner, take back his first place. Crazy action here as we get towards the end of Spa here. This race is far from over. The pack is back together. Everyone's on fresh tyres and we have just a few laps to find out who is going to be taking that number 1 spot. Nice. As Herbert comes around this high speed corner again, we get to see the heat running off the track here as Herbert has built up a 6/10 lead to Pourchaire again. Iwasa in third there. Daravala has not made his move back into third place. He is well and away in front in this Drivers' Championship as Herbert goes onto that last corner. Nicely taken chicane there. But will not like being in 4th position off the podium here for Daravala. As we cross the line, 7 of 9. Herbert in the front, 9/10. Can he break Now these tyres are warm. Now the rest of the pack have settled down and Pourchaire is having to defend. Can Herbert break the 1 second? Has he got enough to get away from this pack? Or is Pourchaire going to keep him close? Pourchaire had his chance. He took the lead momentarily before Herbert took it back. And is it now his to keep? 9/10 up to that second. Is that DRS only? It is. You can see that clock. Look at the speed on this DRS straight. Herbert losing a lot of his lead there. 9/10 down to 4/10. Half a second gain in that one DRS straight. Crazy impact of the DRS here in this F2 season. Herbert runs wide again in this lap, looking to get as much leeway, as much speed carried through that high speed section of corners there, low corners, as he is half a second in front of Pourchaire here. It's going to be a tight end to this race. Here we are. Herbert in the lead. 7 attempts again as we go into that last. Oh, he's locked up. He's gone wide. He's gone wide. Oh, Pourchaire and Iwasa are through. I was just about to. Oh, the second to last lap. Herbert makes a mistake, runs wide in the corner that caused him problems early in the race, gets back into second, but takes a knock. There's damage there. That's contact. The front wing again. You can see the side of that front left wing is missing as Herbert has crashed into Pourchaire at the end of the straight of that lap. End of lap 7, ran wide into the corner, locked up, letting Iwasa and Pourchaire through. Herbert now having DRS for the first time in this race, if we're being honest. But with that damage, you can see again the same area having to cut the corner in this track, a track where you need to keep all the high speed, keep your corner and your downforce high so you don't lose any edge. With just a few laps to go, is Herbert going to be able to take it back, or is he even going to be able to hold on to a podium here? First down to second. An absolute shock driver error at the end of lap 7. And Pourchaire takes the lead. You see Herbert here. Herbert now half a second off. Pourchaire losing, keeping that same gap that he maintained for so long. But now he has someone behind him, Iwasa. 3 tenths a second, 4 tenths a second behind. Daravala there as well. There is a pack behind that wants these podium places. And Herbert is carrying some damage as he runs real wide. Picks up a lot of gravel there. He is pushing this car with a damaged wing to its limits. Can he keep a cool head? This fast section here, can he take it? He's gone for the move. He's gone for the move. Round the outside. Is Pourchaire going to... No, he's come back inside from Pourchaire. Look at that timing. Oh my God, he's going to try and take him on the corner that caused him so many problems. Takes that, obviously, a lot better than the one before, as he was side by side with Pourchaire. Last lap here in Spa. Herbert has 1 lap to make. Oh, he's gone into the back. He's gone into the back. The front wing is gone. The front wing is gone. No flags. Martins is into second. The front wing's gone. Maloney's out. There's cars have piled up on that first. Oh my God, there is no front wing on Herbert's car here in this last lap. Martins into second, dodges round. Herbert managed to keep the car on the track. He's enabling DRS here with no downforce. Can he? He's going for the overtake. He's going for the overtake of Martins. He gets back up into second position. He has no front wing visible on this car in this last lap. Pourchaire is 2.5 seconds ahead. Herbert is fighting for his life here. Leclerc with a DNF. It's got to have been caused by that crash to happen there. Team Daravala down in 11th place. Hadjar, the teammate of Herbert, up to 10th. Will they get points here from Herbert's mistake causing it? I mean, the FA have got to look into that. The crash, the spin, and then to pull out straight back into the traffic. A bold move, really shaking up the pack here as Herbert's forced wide. Is Martin's going to take him on the inside? Again, no front wing on this car. Look at, I mean, we've said that he likes to take damage to the front wing, but that is something else. I don't think I've ever seen an F2 car operate for such a long time with that amount of damage. As he runs wide again, Martins is taking him now. Martins takes the pace back. Vesti has gone around again. Is Herbert down to 4th? Herbert is gone from 1st as he comes into contact slightly with Vesti. Fighting tooth and nail here Herbert rally driving rather than Formula 2 driving here, as Martins is now 1.6 seconds away. Herbert is looking to hold on to a pole position with a few corners to left in some high-speed straights with no front wing. Pourchaire 1, Martins 2. Herbert is holding on to third place here in Spa after leading, as we see him come around that last corner. There is Martins, there's Herbert. Cuts it fine, doesn't look like Vesti's going to get the move done, and that is over the line. Pourchaire, Martins, Herbert are your podium, but what a race. Daravala down in 10th, Hajar up to 9th to get some additional points for the high-tech team. My God, Herbert, what is that race? Look at that car. Money at the end.
Teo Pourchaire has done it.
What a
Teo
cheat.
Pourchaire
He brake checked me on the end, destroyed my wing, and we managed to somehow come home without a wing and get third.
Such a great experience
Should have
for
been a
these
first
young
place.
drivers to manage these conditions before heading on to Formula One. And it's brilliant stuff to take the victory.
ART, the French team who have been racing since the 90s in various forms of motorsport, are once again back on the winner's podium today after a brilliant display of driving skill.
It's a podium, but what could have been? Oh my God, one wide turn. That last chicane, for some reason, the car just kicked out completely. Lost 2 places, and then that put us into defensive mode. And of course, that meant the wing had to be damaged. Oh, what an end to a race. Bringing back memories
What
of
a
the early
weekend that
races.
has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment when Formula 2 returns.
Vesti come in 4th. 12 points from Vesti. We got 2 for the qualifying, 15 for third place. Hajar in 9th, got some points finally for the team. Daravala 10th, only 1 point. Theo Pourchaire is going to make up a 24-point gap on Jehan. But I can't believe it. That last corner just threw me straight into defensive mode. And once they started pulling by, we're lucky we finished third. We are lucky we finished third. I saw someone went out, obviously, post driver, commentated me. We'll be able to see whether it was my crash that caused the pile up and then Leclerc to drop out. A wild race, yeah. But good points for the team overall. Let's have a look at the standings. Up to 4th. Vesti got points. We are 4 points ahead of Vesti. We are away. 40 points odd, 40 odd. 38 points maybe again behind Victor Martins there, Pourchaire, and then but Pourchaire's gap down to 47 behind Jehan Daravulo, finishing only 10th. He came out second after the pit stop, so obviously had a terrible second half of the race. We are squeezing up in there. A third place could be possible with just a few races left, but Martins, Pourchaire, and Daravala are driving incredibly well. Constructors-wise, 5th for High Tech, 89 points. With Isaac actually bringing some points in, we might be able to get in front of Prima. How Prima have got 118? Oh, Vesti got points there because Behrman's been out. Behrman's got 36 points. They could have had a lot more points, but Behrman's crashed out in so many races. I suppose the early points from Vesti are what are keeping him in. And then, let me just look, where is Hajar? Hajar down in 17th for just 3 points. Well, we're definitely number 1 driver for the team, which is great. But can we push ourselves into the top 3 for the next race here at Zandvoort? 12 of the 14 races here in this Formula 2 calendar as we've just finished practice. Down there, being beaten by Hajar there, 12th fastest overall on the mediums. Then I'm not sure if that's taking our actual overall fastest time or just taking the tyre management track that we had in there. But this is a fun track. Lots of narrow pathways, which is making me worried. Great when you're doing a one-lapper. I'm feeling okay for the qualifying, but in the race itself, not a lot of gaps there for getting around people. So qualifying fast is going to be necessary here. As we remind ourselves, we are 4th in the overall championship in the driver standings, 86 points, 4 points ahead of Vesti. So we need to outpace him, and if we can, outpace Martins, Pourchaire, and the man that sat at top from the very beginning, Jehan Daravulo. One-shot qualifying is the way we are running this F2 season to get through. It's not the best for me because I make mistakes, but hopefully we've got enough about us to get at least towards the front of the grid. as our experience increases after another race. 71. Ooh, a good race here today, and we'll be up to 72 overall rated as a driver. One-shot quali, 14-lap feature race. 14 laps is a long race, actually, compared to some of the ones we've been doing. One time, all in the sun though, which is good. So can we get to the front of the grid with this one-shot quali? Cheeky little wave to camera there. Softs for the setup here, so it looks like we're going to be with a 14-lapper, at least one stop, soft to medium, I would assume. Softs for the qualifying. 27 degrees. Let's do this. Somewhere in that first few corners, we lost it somewhere. 9th. I mean, it's not as bad as it would have been. I saw we were seeing in 22nd after the first couple of corners. Lost a tiny bit. And that was it. This one-shot qualifying, so difficult. If there was one small mistake in there, but 9th place.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
Everyone we need to beat is in front of us, which is not great. We were 0.2 off. Behrman taking the pole, though. Behrman coming into some form late on. Now his car's not letting him down. To sit pole, Daravula, Portier, Hauger, Vesti. Where is... Someone is missing. Who had a bad... Hadja down in 17th. Victor Martins. Starting at the back of the grid. That is not good for Victor Martins. Must have had an issue. But does mean we can outplace him at least. Because to get from 22nd up to points placing, well, that's something only Herb Herbert can do. Hadja in 17th. Me in 9th. If we can hold on, we get points, which is good. If we can take and get in front of Iwasin better, Vesti even better. But we are asking for quite a lot on quite a narrow track here. Okay, 14 laps. All in the sun. Let's see what the strategy is for this one.
Welcome back to Formula 2, where the tension is building for what promises to be another exciting race here in the Netherlands. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of the 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. We are nearly ready for the start of today's race, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the grid. A fantastic effort from Ollie Behrman yesterday puts him on pole position, with Jehan Daruvala alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Portier, Hauger, Frederick Vesti, Doohan, Iwasa, Novalak, Herbert, Richard Verschoor, Leclerc, Maloney, Ralph Boschung, Enzo Fittipaldi, Stanek, Miney, Hadjar, Juan Manuel Correa, Benavides, Cordial, Nissani, and Victor Martins completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out. So let's get down to the track. It is the Formula 2 race. It is time to introduce you to Alex Brundle. I'm Alex Jakes, and we've got changeable weather out there today. That's making for some nervous team personnel down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
Well, uncertainty is what strategy's all about, but it absolves the teams from the responsibility of running both compounds of tyre. They might have to use that wet tyre, of course, and then the question is, where do those crossovers lie between the wet and dry conditions?
Okay, full concentration, one stop, fast finish, 20 minutes. Come on. Here we are, Dutch Grand Prix, Zandvoort, from 9th on the grid, lights out, and away we go here. In this F2 races, we get towards the end of the season, race 12 or 14 here for these young F2 drivers, as Herbert in the first corner. Look at that boomerang move right around the outside, up into 8th position. 7th now, sorry, 7th, Iwasa also falling foul to Herb's early move on that first corner, as we see the banking corners here that the Dutch Grand Prix is so known for. Into the points position, a couple of good races that do have lots of bit of carbon fibre in lap 1. Again, the front right wing this time of Herbert going as he goes toe-to-toe with Jack Doohan. Feels just like Silverstone, but without the rain, as Herbert is there up to 6th, but taking damage to his car in lap 1 of this race. Going to want to stay in the points position here. Behrman leading the Zandvoort Grand Prix here. Davrid in second, Hauger third. Hauger up there as well as an interesting one to shake up some of the points. Pucher, Vesti, and then Herbert with Maynard Martin starting from the back. 22nd place Martins is not going to be good for him. Hajar, Herbert's teammates down at 15th. As we're looking for some of the other the top contenders here in this F2 Championship as we get towards the end. Darren Varla is running away with it. Herbert is making a late push though for the top 5 with Marnie, one of his main arrivals down there in 17th as well. We see Herbert run wide here as he tries to get round Vesti. Takes place momentarily before giving it back. The front wing damage seemingly not slowing him down too much. The number 9 car here. That front wing gets very close. What a lovely look at the track there. That camber into the corner, into the chicane. Herbert is all over the back of Vesti. There we go. The move has been made. What a move that was. He was waiting a while to get round Vesti. Up to 5th for Herbert. 2 laps in. 4 places gained. The next on the list for Herbert here as he hunts down a potential podium here in Zandvoort. Tasted victory before and needs all the points he can get. So we will see how aggressive this driver is going to be here, how much speed he has. Seemingly, after 2 laps, has a lot of speed here around Zandvoort. It's wide slightly there as we come round into that large banking camber onto what would be the DRS straight. DRS not enabled, should be enabled this lap, I believe. As we see the beautiful F2 train appearing now, every car with about half a second between them. Watch out, actually, oh, that was close. Herbert's got some speed in that middle centre there. Close that gap down, you can see how much he's closed that gap down. Sometime maybe that middle, maybe that wing now starting just to slow him down, or the pacer has been found here. As, he dives in close. No one. Oh, that is nose to rear wing there. Portier is being hunted here as he runs wide again. DRS open. There we go. DRS is enabled this lap. Round onto the main straight. But with the DRS train, as seen, oh, is Daravala going for it on Behrman? Behrman loses the place to Daravala there. Can he hold it in all the way around the first corner? We're up with the leaders here. It doesn't look like it. Can he into turn 3. No, Behrman's lost. Behrman down into second place. Quick lock up there for Behrman. As Daravala, the championship leader, takes the lead overall. Back down with Herbert here as he is chasing down Pourchaire. This is where he made his move in the last couple of rounds. He's going to go for the same move again with the speed. Carries over. That is such a slick overtake there from Herbert. He's pulled off the same move 3 times now. Pourchaire, taking the same treatment that Vesti and Duhan had before. Up to 4th for Herbert. Hauger in front. Behrman and Daravala. Hauger, the man, is there straight away, stopping Herbert from getting a podium as the DRS is open. DRS on all the cars in this sort of train, not going to have as much impact as you see in other F1 races, but that doesn't seem to be slowing him down. Look at the pace here. Looking for the gap. Herbert will be better, just waiting for that section in Sector 1 where he seems to be quick and have a pre-planned move ready to go. Behrman pops out of the wing there. Is he going for it on Daravala? He's going to do the same move in reverse. Can Behrman get back into the lead here? Behrman back in the lead, pulling off a carbon copy. So what happened to him in the round before, the lap before? Behrman back in the lead. Herbert in 4th. Hauger must be smelling. Can he smell the fear? Can Herbert smell the fear? Here we get close. He looked outside. Takes a lap to get into the position to make the move, it seems. Look at that. It's lovely top lap. You can see, though, that Herbert is falling behind. Whether making those moves is just losing a bit of time here. The odd corner. This last bank round into the straight, and then we've got the DRS to come. Is he inside? He's inside DRS zone. The gap between Herbert and Hauger being the largest across the whole F2 pack here. Herbert leading. Look at the tail on him there. Behrman defends against Daravala this time round. The top 3 go close and are trying to pull away. Herbert's going to want to get back into that fight as quick as possible. As we're coming up to the halfway point of this race and the pit stop window. We know pits can be very effective for the over and undercut. Half the pack going in first, with the other half following. Which pack will these front 4 go in on? As Behrman is leading this Grand Prix. Herbert falling behind, 1.1 behind. Is it further damage to the car? Oh, yep. There's somewhere he's lost the other side to the wing. The wing is now sideless, as Herbert is clearly struggling now to keep pace with the damaged wing again. Name a more iconic duo than young driver Herbert here and losing a front wing. So it doesn't appear to be slowing him down enough to lose any position. So whether on the pit stop they would leave the wing as it is, go for just a tyre change, and hope that you can maintain enough pace to stay ahead of the chasing pack, but maybe will not be heading for a podium today with this level of damage. Out in no man's land, 1.4 seconds here, lap 7. Herbert falling way back from the top 3 now. Hauger's gap 1.6. That's the largest gap by far here. You can see that Herbert is suffering some lack of pace here, although not enough to allow Pourchaire or any of the training pack behind them to make a move on him. Just creating this separation, giving that top 3 all the space they need to make whatever changes they want. You see the pack behind fighting there. Vesti tries to make the move on Pourchaire behind Herbert. 1.7 seconds, nearly 2 seconds now. Herbert's losing every lap. They need to get in for some new tyres pronto. Into the banking cam, but he's not going to be anywhere near close enough to make any sort of dive or jump, as he now has Behrman's teammate Vesti behind him. Vesti being the one that pull away from Pourchaire seemed to be losing pace as well. as that gap between Vesti and Pourchaire is up to 0.8 of a second. So Vesti is going to be the one that's going to come out and challenge Herbert here for position. Vesti half a second behind. Herbert 2.7 seconds off Hauger. There goes Vesti. Has a little look as they come down. It's in touching distance now. Striking distance as Herbert leaves the door open a little. That was in a great corner as he comes round into the camber. Can he keep it on the track? Keeps it clean for once. Obviously does not have DRS, and you can see the wing open on Vesti here. Vesti has the home straight with the wing open. Oh, but they're coming in for pit. They're all coming in for pit. I was going to say Vesti's following down. I wonder if Vesti would have stayed out. Vesti in, Hauger in, Herbert in. Behrman and Derivala staying out. Soft tyres going on. It's not a great stop. Get the release done. Okay, brilliant. Herbert is literally not being released. Released last. That is just what you want. That is just what this driver needs. No wing change and being released at the back of a pack that he was at the front of. What happened there, pit crew? Herbert out in 18th. The drivers that were behind him that are now in front: Vesti, Duhan, Pourchaire, Maloney, Iwasa. 6 places lost on a slow pit stop, which ordinarily for this driver may be able to make back some, but with the damaged front wing as well and the pace that he was suffering with, I do worry with 5 laps left to go. How are points even on the table here for Herbert? As we are coming round to join up with the pack. Oh, he's run into the gravel. Herbert's in the gravel. This is not going well from here. As we can see, we're getting round to the front. Let's see how bad the damage is here after that terrible pit stop. As we are round into the DRS straight, DRS open, onto the home straight. Can we see the cars coming out? Everyone is on their way out. Behrman keeps the lead. Derivala in second. Hauger third. Vesti fourth. Herbert should be there, but instead ends up 12th. Oh my days. Vesti slots into Herbert's position in 4th. Herbert down in 11th. He's taken 1 place back as he has gone in there. Some carbon fibre left on the track there as Herbert goes side to side with Maloney up to 10th. But that's going to be more damage for this F2 car. There's only so much he can take as he looks for the move again. That similar move against Pourchaire. Pourchaire must be ruined. Oh, as he comes back at him though. Pourchaire was done with that similar move earlier in the race. Herbert managed to make the move stick into the next corner, up to 9th place. He is fighting now, absolutely fighting to get back and keep some points alive after a terrible, terrible pit stop. A terrible pit release. Lap 10 being completed now, into lap 11. 9th place for Herbert. Pourchaire behind, just inside DRS to catch Iwasa. The gaps are now spreading. You can see a second between Duhan and Vesti, a second between Duhan and Novalak. The pack is starting to fall apart as we get into the end of this race. The softs really being the difference maker here. Behrman still leading with a 2.6 second interval to Derivala. That is a crazy gap for Behrman. The softs really doing him well. Behrman having great form when his car is actually staying on the track. No engine problems for Behrman for once. And look what he can do when he has a car that works. Iwasa is the next target for Herbert if he wants to stay. But 9th position might be the best he can really achieve here with a few laps to go in damage. Points on the board are what are required. Iwasa is his closest, or one of his closest rivals in the points chart, and has been out the points for a while. So he'll be keen to get in front of him just to keep the differential working in Herbert's favour. Whether that'll be on his mind as we go into the last 3 laps, we'll never know. DRS wing open. Just nearly touches the grass. He comes in tight for the home straight. Iwasa does not have DRS. This is where Herbert will make his time up. That gap down to half a second now. Look at those the brakes burning there on the way in. Nicely done. This is the camber right. Is he close enough to make the move? Up he goes, looks down the inside. Iwasa's kept the inside closed off. Not quite close enough to make a move here. He's pushing. He's pushing. You can see he's fighting that car. The wiggle from the slight lack of downforce on the two side wings on that front end. I mean, if there's anyone that's used to driving with a bit of damage on the front wing, though, it's this driver. There we go. DRS is open. The wiggle of the DRS wing there. So he cuts in tight, cuts the corner, really trying to shave off and save where he can. Clearly, these tyres now starting to feel some wear, as he's looking for any second he can to keep himself on the track. Wing is open again, but Iwasa's up to 0.8 of a second again. He's going to get it back down to half a second, I assume, with this DRS straight. And we start the game again. 2 laps to go. Up to 0.4 of a second after the DRS straight. Now, will he lose it all in that middle sector again? Can he be close enough to make the move that he has made 4 times previously this race? Iwasa keeps that door shut on that inside track. That's the area Herbert wants to run into. And Iwasa's not letting him have it. See yellow flag in front. Not affecting the car, so they pass through. Oh! Oh my God, the wing's gone. The wing has gone. Leclerc's pulled up. Herbert's hit the back of Iwasa as he's hit the brakes. I think we've got to go back. We've got to go back and see that. Here we are, coming down around the corner. Leclerc pulls up. Oh my God, you see again there. Iwasa just turns on the inside to miss Leclerc as Herbert is coming in. And that is the front wing gone. Front wing is off Herbert's car here as he runs wide straight away. 8th place. Oh my, we'll even finish the race now with so few laps left to go. Look at this F1 car without a front wing. I've never seen a more ridiculous sight in all my life. So he's going to try to dive down the inside, just cut the chicane. Herbert back up to 9th from Stanek. There's no way he can keep it. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a wing. The team will be telling him to box, but if he boxes, he comes out. There's no way he's getting the points here. If he can just keep the car on the track for one more lap. Oh my God, with the final lap here as well. Stanek, Boschang, Porsche. Porsche has dropped down to 12th. Having a terrible race in the end. Herbert going to run wide everywhere with no front wing as Stanek makes the move. I can't believe it. Leclerc pulls up. Iwasa dodges him, and Herbert did not see the pull-up. It happened so quickly. The lock-up of the brakes and Leclerc moving over to the side as Herbert was about to make the move on Iwasa. And he's pulled it right out in front of him. The wing is gone. And Iwasa carries on in 7th. Herbert is holding on. That's contact again. That bit of carbon fibre up in the air there as he comes to blows with Boschang. Boschang is now taking the place. That's down to 12th. Miani disappears and scuttles through that little gap as well. 12th place for Herbert. He is driving here in a banger racing car. Look at this. No front end on an F2 car. He's going to try and cut that. He's going to cut the chicane to try and save time to keep 12th place. As he looks around, Porsche is not getting around here. Last big corner. No DRS for her. Is he going to? He should hold on over the line. But 12th place is no points. What an end to the race there. Iwasa absolutely ruining. And no front end on this car as it comes over the line. The Dutch Grand Prix are one to forget for her. But Behrman, though, takes the victory. 5th still. We are now behind by 8 points to Vesti, who, funny enough, scored quite well, keeping out Dennis Hauger by a single point. But that was, yes, there will be words. I cannot believe there were teams that just parked up and then Porsche, whoever it was in front of me, hitting the brakes. Interesting. We will be back to fight these boys, fight these guys again. Was it not? Who was it that broke in front of me? Someone broke and took my freaking wing out. Iwasa, maybe. They're all going down. Everyone's going down. The only good thing, Porcher was behind me, which was great. On to the next race, and nearly the final one of this series. Woohoo!